My name is Sudarshan. Today we'll start up with a session called Security and Sharing Concepts in a Salesforce. Okay. In last session we have seen about session called how to set up a data or how to automate the process there with the help of approval processors or with the help of process builder or with the help of workflows. In today's session we are going to see the complete details about how to set up a security for our objects and how to set up a security for our data, because security is a vital role in this particular field. That means in a software field, security for a data is one of the important concept what we are going to see. Okay, the same security will be coming up here. Okay, in Salesforce the security they are going to put it with the help of 3 or 4 different things. Okay, with the help of different features. Okay, first is object level security, field level security, and a record level security. Okay, these 3 things we are going to do it with the help of different things. Okay, in mainly with the help of our first obviously for our Salesforce, whatever the application we are going to create, that should not be accessed by everyone. Okay, that should be accessed by only some of the people whoever is having access. That means whoever is the authorized people are there, only they should have access for our org or for our applications. Okay, for example, I created a recruitment app in our application or in our org. That recruitment app should not be accessed by some person who is not authorized to use this application. They should not be able to access this system basically. Okay, in other programming languages or in other frameworks or in other technologies, what we are going to do is we will write some security concepts there. We will use some configuration files. With the help of that, we will mention only these people should be able to access it. Or if we have a database there, we'll set up who should be the user, who should be able to access this system. All those things we are going to set up in a security there in a database. Then we'll hit the database and we'll check, okay, this particular person is authorized to access our system or not. Okay, we will set up all those things in other technologies, but in Salesforce that much complexity is not required. Okay, mainly security is important obviously. So for that, what Salesforce is doing is they are going to set up a different level of security for everything. Okay, with the help of profiles and with the help of roles. Okay, that we'll see in detail in the next coming sessions. Okay, first we'll start up with, yes, obviously I was telling, no, everyone in the world should not be able to access my application. Only the person who is having authorized access, they should be able to access my system. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to create a users there. Okay, who is user? First of all, user is a person who uses our application. Okay, he could be an administrator, or he can be a normal user, or he will be a normal end user kind of thing, or my customer could be. Okay, those people are users who uses the application, and whoever is a user here, they will have a proper password for that, and they should create those passwords. Okay, and users, if I'm a normal user, if I try to log into the Salesforce, okay, there what will happen is I'll not be able to modify everything in the org, or I'll not be able to use everything in the org. That will be decided with the help of profile there. Okay, and here before going to the profile, first here users are the person who uses application. That's it. Okay, so first we'll go to our Salesforce. This is our setup. Okay, in a setup there is something. In so many other places we have seen users window here. Okay, under manage users I have an option called users. Okay, under users there are the list of users are available here. If I want to create a new user, I can create a new user here, or if I want to modify any existing user, I can open up a user by clicking on that full name. Then the user will be opened up here. If you want to edit anything here, you can edit it people here. You can edit information here. Okay, I don't want to modify anything for that. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so but if I have a user, in a user these are the things which are mandatory things. That means username, email address, username, first name, last name, license, which license I am going to use, profile. These are the mandatory things or required things I have to have before creating a user there, because obviously, right, first username, what is the username he should be able to log in. Whenever I'm trying to log into the Salesforce, there I have to provide a username. So in the same way, that username should be provided when I'm creating a user there. Okay, email address is actual email address for a communication purpose, because when the user is creating, okay, the user will be able to get, will get a email notification saying like this is the user is created in a Salesforce, and you have to verify the email address. Until and unless the email address is verified, the user will not be created here, or he is not an active person basically. Okay, and once he click on that verify account, he will be able to, he will redirect to the page saying like you have to enroll for this, something like that. He has to give a password there, all those things he should do there. And user's first name and last name, based on that username will be generated basically. If you want to change it out, you can change it out. We'll see that how to create that. Okay, then a license in the sense, see, my org, okay, or my organization bought a license for some 10 people. Okay, those 10 people are license of Salesforce license. If I buy a Salesforce license, that is complete license which will have access for all the places in our organization as per my requirements, or as per my business requirements. But the license could be like I bought a license for 3 people. Okay, if I try to take a Salesforce license for one more person, then I have to buy it from a Salesforce. Until and unless buy it from a Salesforce, I will not be able to create a user for a Salesforce license. Okay, that is of some cost. Okay, based on a license, profile will be derived, because when I create a profile, there I am going to create a profile for a particular license. Okay, so the same license will be important there. Okay, so when I'm creating a user here, first I have to select a license. Based on a license, profile will be generated, or a profile will be populated. Okay, see, what I'm going to say is, if I click on new user here, okay, since mine is a developer edition, here I'll be able to create one more extra user of a Salesforce license. Okay, here first name, last name, alias name will be automatically populated, and a username, email address, nickname, all these things will be automatically populated. And if you want to set up anything extra like mailing address, city, zip, post, all those things, if you want to put, you can put it here. Okay, this is the new. Okay, then a time zone where you are working on, and this we have seen, right? Approver settings, who should be the delegated approver, who should be the manager for this user, all those things I can set it up here. And once I click on save, the user will be created. So let's try to create a user here, saying like Ganesh. Okay, like that. See, alias name is automatically generated. Let me give my mail address. Okay, then a username is automatically coming up, but as a person I am going to change this username. That username should be in should be in my format of our this one, correct? So should be in a format of our format of email address. That's it, nothing else. Sorry. Okay, let me make it as SFTC. Okay, and here role, that is showing it as mandatory, right? But that is not a mandatory thing, that is optional. This role we'll see in the next coming session. Okay, and a user license, I'm going to select a Salesforce license. On a Salesforce license, based on my license here, the profile is getting changed. If I charter free, the profile is getting changed here. See, if I select charter external, the external user will be able to access my charter window. That's it. He'll not be able to access anything else. He'll be able to access only the charter part, or a charter tool. If I click on charter free, the person should be available in Salesforce. Only he will be able to access my thing. That is a charter. Only the charter part he will be able to access. And if that is a free of cost. Force.com app subscription. This is something like for app. Okay, let it be. And Force.com free identity partner and a Salesforce. Okay, this Salesforce license is nothing but, see, based on a Salesforce license, the the profiles are getting changed. Here the profiles are like, see, for a Salesforce license, these are the profiles are configured there already. So that means contract manager is there. These are the built-in profiles which is provided by Salesforce. If you want to create your own profile, you can create it. That we'll see afterwards. Okay, if I select system admin, what will happen is one more person will be created as a system admin, but I don't want to do that. I can create a standard user, that is one more profile which is available. I'm just creating that. Okay, next after that, quick access menu, CRM content user, all these things are some of the basic things which is already available here, that is Salesforce already provided it. Okay, just click on save. Now the user is created and the mail is sent to this particular mail address. So if I go to that mail and if I click on verify address there, okay, let's go to that mail address now. Okay, let's go to that mail address. I'm just clicking on that button now. This is my mail address. Okay, there is a button called verify account. Once I click on verify account, okay, let me copy the link. What I'll do is I'll just open it up with my let me paste a URL. Let me click on login now. Now it will ask me to provide a username and credentials. It should ask me to provide username and credential there. Okay, once I click on, let me click on verify button. Okay, I clicked on a verify button from my mobile. Okay, something happened there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on reset password on that link, because the password should be reset there. Clicking on a reset password. Yes, reset the password for this user. The mail is generated for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just clicking on a finish resetting a password for that user. Now the user is created there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just clicking on that page. Okay, see the user is created, but of the profile this standard user. Now next thing is, what is profile? I am telling profile, right? What is profile? Profile is the place where we are going to set up, or where we are going to decide for which tab, for which object, or that is a place, the access we are going to set up for the data and for the whole org. Okay, if I log into the Salesforce org, what all the access I should have? Basically, I shouldn't be able to access everything in the org. I should be able to access only the required things. Okay, some of the non-required things are available, not required things are available, that I don't want to give access for the end user. I want to set it up with the help of some configuration part. So for that we have a concept called profile. With the help of profile, we are going to restrict a user to, or we are going to set up a user what type of access he should have, for what all the things he should have access in a org. Okay, those are the things we are going to set up using a profile. Okay, in this one, okay, choosing the data set. Okay, here, that's what object level security, that's what in Salesforce. Okay, we'll see. First we'll create a profile here. To create a profile, left side just search for, in our setup just search for profiles, or you can go to manage users. There is an option called profiles. Just click on that profile button. In the profile button, there is a new profile is available button is available. There are so many existing profiles are there. Just you want to use, you can use it there. Just click on new profile. There is an existing profile option is available. Okay, in an existing profile option we have this is like from what profile I want to create a new profile, because the profile is having so many other things in a Salesforce. See, let me open one of the profile here. Let's go for a standard profile only. Let me click on, let's go to next page. See, let me open a standard profile here. See, in a standard profile, so many settings are available, or so many configurations we have to do. If I want to do all this configuration, it will take some point of time. So instead of that, any related profiles are available, or any nearing profiles are available. I can copy from that profile, or I can create it from that particular profile. So what we are going to do is, let me create a profile based on this standard profile. So let's click on new profile. Let me select a standard profile there. Here let me say like temp steady profile, that is a temporary standard profile. Just click on save. Now the profile is created. If you want to modify anything, just you want to know, right, whether this profile is a custom profile or a standard profile. For that we have a checkbox here that will not be able to edit here. By default that will come once I create a new profile here. And if you want to see what all the users are available under this profile, you can click on this view users option. Okay, this is the profile which is created just now. Okay, now in this profile we have so many other things we are going to see now. Okay, first is object level security. Okay, object level security is nothing but for which object I have to have access. That means what is the access for this object, whatever the object I am having in a Salesforce. Okay, for this object, for example object A, what all the access I should have. For object B, what access I should have. Whatever the users are available under this profile, once they log into the system, what are the places or what are the objects he should be able to access. Whether he should be able to access my candidate object, or whether he should be able to access my account object. All those things will be derived with the help of profile. Okay, in a profile we are going to set up for this object whether he should have. Even for objects also, if I give a read access, then the person will be able to access, or the user will be able to access only the option related to, only he will be able to read a information from that object. That means whatever the information he is going, which is created or which is assigned to that guy, only he will be able to access only that many things. He will not be able to access everything in the org. Okay, that is one thing. Next, if I set up create there, then he will be able to have only, he will be able to create a new records in a Salesforce. Then he will not be able to have, then he will not be able to modify the existing record, or he will not be able to delete the existing record. If I give a modify permission, okay, if I give a edit permission, then he will be able to two things, that is reading a record and the other one is a modifying the record. He will not be able to delete a record. If I give a delete option, then he will be able to do both. That means read, edit and a delete. Okay, so those are the things we will set it up with the help of object level security. Okay, in object level security, if I want to see how to set up this object level security, just search here saying like object. Okay, we will not get it like that. There is a thing called as standard object permissions. Here this standard object permission is completely for a standard objects. This is how we have to set up here, and our custom objects will be down below. Okay, there I have to select whether I have to give a read access, create access, edit access, delete access. This we'll see afterwards. Okay, data administration part. Now if I now let me assign a user here for this particular person. See, there are no users are added for this, so let me add some users for this. User license, let's take okay, what we'll do is we'll go to users here. Okay, from a users window, for this guy I'm going to change a profile there. I'm going to put a different profile, that is a temporary standard profile. I'm going to assign now. Let me click on save. Okay, now what I'm going to do is let me log in as that guy. Now we'll see what all the things I'll be able to access. Okay, let's say like login.salesforce.com. let's copy the username of this guy, copy, paste here the password, whatever I'm setting for that user, right? Same password I have to give here. Now come back to this, let's close this off. Let me open this profile now. Okay, there is a password which is sent for me, I think passcode. It is something. Okay, I logged into the org now. Okay, this is in Lightning. Let's switch back to Classic now by clicking on name here. Just click on switch to Classic because we don't want Lightning now. Okay, switch to Salesforce Classic. Okay, see, if I open this, I don't have access for, I'm just opening a recruitment tab, but I am unable to see account object. I am unable to see other objects, whatever it is there, or other tabs which is available here. Okay, those things we have to set it up with the help of this page layouts, I mean with the help of profile. Here we are going to set up access for profile. Okay, we'll set up for candidate object now. Okay, before that what I'm going to do is let me click on edit button here. See, I'm unable to see the candidate object, so let me give access for candidate object. Let me give a read access. Okay, let's just save this info. If I don't have a access for that particular profile, I mean for that particular object, then I'll not be able to have a access for that. But I'm not a set, I didn't set a access for that tab. Okay, only I created an object, I mean only I gave access for my object. For the tab that is already available there, default on is available, so because of that I am able to access there. See, for a custom tab setting, that is set it as default on, so because of that I'm able to see the candidate tab here. But if I don't have access for my object, then even though you have given access for the tab, you will not be able to access it here. That's what the object record, I mean object level security derives a lot here. You have given access for page layout, all those things are doesn't matter. Only matters is object level security. Okay, if you set up a record level security also, that doesn't matter. Until and unless you set up access for that object, user will not be able to access the object only. Okay, once you set up a access for the object, only those objects the user will be able to access. See here, I am unable to have a button called new button. That means, and even though so many records are available, when I click on go, okay, those records which is displaying now here. Okay, so here I'm unable to see the button called new button here. Okay, if you click on that, I mean, you are not able to see the new button. Even in a list also, you are not able to see the new button. If you open this record also, okay, if you click on any button here, those buttons, I mean, those buttons are not displaying, like edit button, modification, all those buttons you are not able to see. And see here, so many, even though so many fields are available, only some of the fields you are able to see here. Okay, all the fields are not available now. Okay, like that. Okay, so that is a usage of object there. And here in object level security, now if I give access as create access, then let me just modify this. Okay, let's try to give a access for that. Let me remove read access. Let's try to give a create access. Once I give a create access, automatically the read access will come into picture. If I give edit access there, then only the edit button will come into picture. That means if I click on this button, see now edit button is not displaying. If I give a edit access, then only that edit option will come into picture. And until and unless I give a delete option, or I enable a delete there, the delete button will not be enabled here, or will not be displayed here. Only the edit button will be displayed now. See, edit and a clone. Okay, why the clone is coming is I have given access for create. Back to list of candidates. See now I am able to see the button called candidate button. If I click on candidate here also I will be able to see the new button here. Okay, like that we can set up access for those object. Okay, if I don't set up access for that object, then I will not be able to view those records there. Okay, so that is one thing. Next, okay, that is a main usage of object level security. Here we are going to set up for which object I should have access, for which object I shouldn't have access. All those things we can set it up with the help of profile. Okay, so that is the main usage of object level security. Like that we can set up a object level security. Next is a field level security. Okay, before that there is one more thing called permission set, that we'll see afterwards. Okay, first we'll see the field level security. In a field level security, see, I have an object now. In my object I am having some 100 records, I mean 100 fields, but I don't want to put 100 fields for all the users or for all the profiles. I want to put it for some profile based on my stages. For example, if I have an opportunity stage there, in a prospecting stage I don't want to get, or in a prospect stage I don't want to show all the fields to the end user. For a normal user I want to show only basic fields for the user, that user. Based on my next levels I want to, or based on my next stages I want to have other fields there. So in those cases we can go for a field level securities, that is based on a profile. Based on a profile I can set up a field level security. That means for this record, for this field I should give a read only access, or I should give a edit access. That we are going to define it with the help of field level security within a profile here. To set up a field level security, just search for candidate here. Okay, under custom field level security there is something called view. Okay, even for a standard objects the field level security is there for standard field level security. If you click on this view button, which will display what all the fields are available under that particular object. So if you want to edit it, just click on edit button. See, for every record or for every fields I am having a access called read access. All those things are already available, but edit access is not there for all the fields here. Okay, if you try to edit also, let's try to edit this record. Okay, see, so many fields are displaying. See, but country field, state field, and country and state, and is active checkbox, those fields are not displaying here. When I click on edit, see, for is active checkbox and for country, let's change this for DOB also, and for PAN also let me remove. let's click on save here. See, now let me edit that page again. Okay, when I click on this edit page, see, I don't have access for date of birth, I don't have access for PAN number because of this things. That means edit access I removed for those fields, so I don't have access for that. Okay, if I try to modify, I'll not be able to edit those fields. That's it, nothing else. Okay, if I click on edit here, whatever the access you are going to put, okay, but by default if I click on this edit access, automatically the read access will be provided. Okay, so let me give it like that. Just click on save. Now if I try to see this page, I should be able to see all the fields available in the particular object. That means if I try to edit also, I should be able to see whatever the access I have given for that, those record access should be provided for that. Okay, like that we can create a, like that we can set up a field level security here. Okay, so just go back to profile. Okay, see, now I have one more object, right? That is a payment information object, but that object I am unable to see here. I want to give only for this particular user, saying like you should have access for this payment object. Okay, under this profile I don't want to give same access for everyone. I don't want to give access for this profile users. I don't want to give access for my payment object. Okay, only for one or two users I want to give access for payment object. Okay, only those two users should fill the payment information records, so I don't want to set it up those access for my other users. So in those cases we can create a permission set. That means the permission set will help us to enhance, or will help us to provide extra access for those users whoever we are setting up for that. That means if I set up, for example, for this user, if I set up a payment information object access, then this user will be able to access a payment information object. If I have one more user under this profile, if I don't give access, or if I didn't give access for that permission set, or if I don't assign that particular user under that permission set, then what will happen is that user will not be able to access my payment object. Only if I set up that permission set, then only the person will be able to access that. Until and unless if you give access, why we need this access is, why we need a permission set basically is, see, there is a scenario may come saying like we'll check how the user will be able to, or how the user experience will come if I give access for my payment object. Okay, I want to check like that type of scenarios as per a business requirements. Then we can go for a permission set there. In a permission set we will set up like for which profile, for which user, what is the access I want to put. Okay, in a permission set, basically permission set is similar to our profile only. There we are going to set up access based on object level securities and a field level securities. Same object level security, field level security will come into picture there. So there, whatever the access you are going to set up, so based on that access I'll be able to access an object, or I'll be able to see the different fields there. See, for example, in my object I already set up an access for candidate object, but using a permission set I will not be able to restrict that access for the candidate object. Okay, only I will be able to give extra access using the permission set for the respective profiles, for the respective users, not for a profile. For a users we are going to set up this permission set. To create a permission set, just search here called as permission set under a manage user section. Okay, just click on permission set. There is a button called new permission set. Once I click on new permission set, it will ask us to give a label here, temp spd profile permission set. Okay, automatically that API name will be created, and a session activation required I am giving. Let's say I am not selecting any license, because if I want to put this put this permission set for only Salesforce related licenses, then I have to select that. If I want to set it for all other profiles there, for example, I want to give access for payment object for 2-3 different profiles users, then I will not be able to set up with a license. Okay, I have to set up without a license there. Here first is assigned apps option is available. That means if I don't have access for this particular user, I mean for this particular app, then I can provide it with the help of assigned app section. And there is assigned connected apps. There is a connected apps are available, like a data load or kind of things are available that you can use it out if I give access over there. And next is the object settings. In object settings, we are going to see all the objects available here. If I want to set up for one of the object, just click on that object. Here I can give a access there. Okay, see, for account object, in my user here I am unable to see account object and a payment information object. That I can set it with the help of this. Okay, like this. I can go to permission set. Only for this user I want to give this access, so I am creating a permission set. In a permission set I am giving access as read and create and edit. Okay, read and edit access. And for what all the fields you should have access. Okay, for all the fields you should have access, all those I am setting up here. This column is a read access, this column is a edit access. If I set up only read access, the user will be able to see the information, but he will not be able to, or he will he is unable to modify the information. Okay, so let's just save this off. Once I save, if I come and refresh this page, okay, that tab access is not provided yet. Set over here. Okay, this I didn't assign it for any users, right? I have to click on manage assignments here to assign this for any user. I didn't assign it for any users. See, there are no users list are available. Just click on assign, select that user and click on assign. Done. Now if I come and refresh here, that page should be the account tab should be displayed to me here. Okay, that is not coming. Let's go back to permission set here. Let's go to that profile. Let's go to standard temporary standard profile. What access is provided for that user, we'll check first. What tab access is provided for account, let's check first. Account, layout, field level security, tab settings is default on, standard record type. Okay. By default it is not available, right? Okay. Why? Because in our profile, sorry, not in our profile, in our recruitment app, we set up app just like that, right? Without anything like that. Let me open that app first. We'll see whether that account object is there or not in that app. or account tab, sorry. Just click on, see by default that particular tab is not available, so I'm unable to see that. Let me add that tab now. See, account tab is coming. So in the same way, if I want to give access for my payment information object, then I can go for payment information here. That is a payment information object that doesn't have any access now. So just click on payment information, then you can provide access here. I want to give access as for a tab. I want to give access as a visible access. That means the page should be visible to me. Okay, and visible access, read, create, edit, all this access, and a field I want to give all the access there. See, for other fields I don't have any access, saying like uncheck that. Read access I am unable to uncheck. Why? Because those are the standard fields. One thing, candidate is a master detail relationship. That master detail is a mandatory thing, so by default it will come. Okay, for install amount, those are the required fields, so I don't have access to uncheck those things. Okay, by default it will be available. Okay, like that. Let's click on save. Now if I click on this page, okay, if I refresh this page, automatically that payment information tab should be visible to me. Is this saved? Yes. Let's click on object settings. If I go to payment information now, the page is visible now. Let's refresh this page. Okay, let's open the recruitment app again. The payment information is displayed. Okay, the payment information here is, which is default off actually. First it will take that one, then it will take a permission set access. So let me give access for that particular tab first. Okay, that is payment information. Let me give it as default on. Setting. Okay, go to payment information. like that we can set up access for our objects. Okay, like that we can set up access for every object with the help of this permission sets. Okay, that's how we can set up access with the help of permission set. If you want to give extra access for those users, okay, then only we have to use a permission set. If you want to set up access, same access for every users in the profile, then you can go for a profile there, then you can set up any access. But if you want to use any particular access there, then we are going to create it with the help of permission set. In a permission set, we are just first we'll create a permission set, then we'll set up what type of access that user should have or that person should have. Okay, if I click on Assign Apps here, okay, like that we can assign a recruitment app there. Then as an end user, if he doesn't have access for recruitment app, then he will be able to access the recruitment app over there, then he can do whatever modification he wants to perform. Okay, like that we can set up a permission set. Okay, in a permission set, again we can give access for Visual Force pages or page layouts, all those things we can do it here. Okay, like that we can perform, or we can create a permission sets here with the help of Salesforce. Okay, okay, that's how we can use a permission set here, and that's how we can set up access for all the profiles, okay, or all the users whoever is available in a Salesforce. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, in next session we'll see about roles. Okay, how to set up access for records. In this session we have seen about how to set up access for object, how to set up access for tabs, and how to set up access for different fields, okay, with the help of profiles and with the help of permission set. But in next session we are going to see how to set up access for records. Okay, whatever the records is created in Salesforce, should it be accessible for everyone in the org, or should it be accessible or not, that we are going to set up with the help of roles and OWD. With the help of all those things we are going to set up there. Okay, that we'll see in the next coming session. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for your time.